Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome back to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach,
I'm Mac.
And I'm Jesse.
also known as Peppa. Peppa.
Peppa Potts.
Ooh, that's why there's been so much change on his
thought you
list.
did
He's
it.
got...
I was like, what do you think of me?
Wow.
Iron
Okay.
Man's girlfriend.
Okay, well, if you see the title of the video, we are doing our top 50 games of all time. And we're currently in the 20 through 11 section, so
Yes.
we've already done 50 through 21. So you'll have to check those 3 videos out to see what you've missed. See if you have similar taste to us or whatnot. And we also have a giveaway that is going on alongside this. And
For a 3-way crossover game
It
that
was.
happened in the previous videos.
yes,
It
the last
was.
video, both of you had
Yes.
this game in your 30 through 21.
Yeah.
I had it in my 50 through 41.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I must not like it as much as you guys, but I still like it
Yeah,
quite
he
a
prob-
bit.
He probably wants to give away our copy.
Might have to. But that would be King Domino, or possibly Queen Domino, or King Domino Origins, whichever one the winner would choose. And there may also be some other things to this giveaway, so check out our previous videos and our video explaining the giveaway itself.
You gotta say, but wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more! And you know what more? I think my 15 and 14 are gonna shock these two, so you better stick around and
Oh
I
see.
could
my.
not be more shocked than when I was in the last video. So
Thought you were gonna say back in 1999. I couldn't have been more shocked. Back in my day. So try me, she's saying. Try me with something.
I've seen it all.
We will start with Michaela's 20 then, if she's ready to talk about
that's
that.
right. I'm starting us off. I forgot about that. All right.
She's gonna lead us off.
So my number 20.
Trusty sticky notes covering up her list doesn't trust us.
I don't trust you. My number. It says the guy's going. Don't take my clipboard.
Wow.
My number 20 was my number 3 last year. So
Oh my gosh.
she left the top 10.
So it's a female.
Girl,
game.
bye.
Wow.
And now she's 20. And yeah.
Gotta double check to make sure.
Is
She's
it
I gotta- I
because
just
we
have
did
to make
something
sure.
terrible?
There's a couple of factors that brought this baby down, and that is space base. So
We are sorry.
no, it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that you guys played the campaign end game without me. No, that's fine. There's just a couple of things. The cards, I feel like themselves are hard to understand. The dice rolling wall.
I'm having a hard time just letting this be.
You may hear about this game again on a later list.
Yeah, the cards, the dice rolling, it kind of feels like you're always kind of doing the same strategy in the game a little bit now. And so it's still a really good game. It's still great because you get to roll every time and, potentially get reward and stuff. But, yeah, there's just a couple of things that I'm realizing after, many, many plays of it that, it just
Was
wasn't.
it many plays or one play?
There was a couple plays.
There was one play and one non-play.
Well, remember that one game we played and we did not roll a 9 like a single time? Like, some things like that just weirdly come up.
The
and
campaign progressed so slowly.
yeah.
If you don't know the history, I think we've mentioned it at some point before.
Probably.
I was gonna let it lie.
We decided, Mac's busy. She was making dinner. We're gonna progress the campaign
Mac
a little
doesn't want to
bit.
play her number 3 game.
I don't even remember this being your number 3.
That's what it was. Look.
I know Pepper loves this game, but I did not know it was that high for you.
We were trying to do something nice. We're like, we're not gonna make Mac sit through this very
Right.
slow, boring campaign. We're gonna get to the exciting stuff. For
I
her.
wasn't even the one complaining about how
And then-
slow it went.
Just, we had no clue that everything else was going to be revealed in that last.
They're
game.
like, we
Right.
finished it. I was like, oh, thanks.
But
Oops.
luckily, we have another one, the second saga.
So we can
expansion.
knock this baby down almost out her top 50 altogether.
There we go.
Okay, well this is way too much
It's a
talk
good-
about
good
space
pick.
base.
Yeah.
It's a
Yes,
good
yes.
pick.
So it's still 20, it just didn't hold up this year.
Maybe they'll make a comeback.
Doubtful, but maybe.
Maybe. My number 20 is one that has dropped a little bit as well. It was my number 4.
Oh man,
And I'm going to blame this on you guys, just like she blamed it on us.
I didn't say it.
This is Clank Legacy.
Oh.
I have only played this once or twice, maybe twice, since we finished the campaign. Not because I don't want to. I think you have cooled on it definitely, Zach. And I think Mac may have cooled on it maybe during the campaign a little bit. Or maybe not.
I think she actually likes it now more better than, or she likes it better now than I do, by quite a bit.
I think so.
I think, but
It's hard
Yeah.
to quantify the legacy versus,
yeah.
you know, the Clank at the end.
Yeah.
So I always have a hard time.
Yeah, I mean, I had only played regular Clank once before that, so it's not like I had played it, and then played Legacy with a much better experience, and then
Yeah.
going back. I really don't feel I've explored all of Clank, just base game, and that's kind of what you have after the Legacy, which and the Legacy itself was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think we all agree. So far, still my favorite Legacy experience, and the base game of Clank is also probably my favorite implementation of deck building, which is one of my favorite
Yeah.
mechanisms, period. So, I don't know. Just kind of sad I haven't gotten to play it much.
I'll play it with you.
it's very solid. It's got some interesting, nice artwork, and yeah, it's got some punniness to it as well.
Yes.
It's good, but like I've said, it's I don't know. They almost made the whole campaign thing too good for me.
Yeah.
It made it so that it just doesn't feel. I'd still play it. I think we just always end up when we do get it to the table because like she'll ask or whoever will ask, you just never are there at the time, and I don't know. Then we just have so many other games. But
I don't know. I mean, it's probably the deck building game that has the most going on, but it's still completely card driven. Like Dune Imperium, that's got a lot going on, but that is also worker placement. It's card driven, but not as purely as Clank.
right, I would agree. It's a good pick.
What do you got?
My number 20. This one's also gonna get disappoint Jesse, and I really don't know how this ended up 20. It was my 13. And this is also a card-driven game, and it is Bunny Kingdom.
Oh.
I don't know why. I really don't know why it dropped, because I still really, really love it, and I still always willing to get it to the table. So I don't know. The other games ahead of it must have just pushed ahead. I don't know, because to me it still feels the same as it did last year. So it's just what happened, I guess. But no, it's a very solid game. You already had it on your list, which I didn't even remember you having it on your list last year.
I
But
did.
apparently it dropped.
I
And
did.
it's still on your list. So
Yeah.
that's surprising to me that was also in our 10 by 10 that we've talked about. That's made some games better for us and some games worse so far.
Yeah.
But I don't
Mixed
think
bag.
that would have been it, because we got the expansion and I've loved it more and more with that one. So
Could just be that more games came in that you like.
it
So.
must be. It's kind of disappointing for me as well, because it's an awesome game. Definitely recommend looking into it. But I think you'll hear more from someone else.
Oh boy. All right, well, my number 19 was 15 last year, so not a big movement, but a little bit. And that is Welcome to Your Perfect Home. And so we actually got the expansion and stuff for this, which I think is really great. It adds some variety into the game. I still just really enjoy it. Love the challenge, the puzzle of putting your numbers in the house with the added, if you're playing the expansion, the added bonuses, that you're trying to get with each of those. So still just a really strong game, one of my all-time favorite Verb and Write games. Yeah, I just can't say enough good things about this game.
It's good, solid. I think that's maybe the first flip and right that we had.
I think so.
I think it was.
I think it probably was.
Yeah.
We've had that one for a while now. That's a little surprising, because that one was also on the 10 by 10. So that one didn't fall too
Well,
far.
at least
for
most
you.
of these
No.
10 by 10 games were in your top 50.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. And that one's just so easy to play
one point.
many times, especially because we were trying to play the 4-season expansions, and so that gave us at least 4, and then it's a big game, so you can bring it out multiple, just 2 or 4.
A lot of people.
Hmm.
Well, this is where we're going to get into the new games. You've had a lot of new games in the back half of your list. I'm starting to get a lot of new games. Here, I see my next 4 games are new to the list.
Oh boy.
And the first one is, we'll start off smaller. This is a lighter weight game. A pretty approachable game, I would say. Pretty approachable hand management set collection game. And that is Mystic Market.
Ah.
So I think actually Jamie Stegmaier has made a video on Mystic Market because I had never heard anything of it, and Mom picked it up randomly, and because it looked cool. It has little potion bottles and a tray to slide them in for the market, shifting market, and it's a gimmick, but it's maybe one of the best used gimmicks. It makes it so much easier to play the game, and I think that's definitely worth whatever it costs to put that in the game. I really love the colors in the game, the artwork, and just if you want a quick set collection game, I guess Ticket to Ride is also set collection, but I think this is probably one of the best games to kind of teach you or introduce you to that mechanism.
Yeah, I would agree. It didn't make my list. I think I've only played it like once or twice. But yeah, when I first saw it, I was a little sus of whether or not
Who are
where it would be.
And what have you done
Trying
with
to
my
be hip.
85-year-old husband?
Trying to be hip instead of break a hip. So,
Sus. Chef's kiss. Who is this man?
but no,
What are you watching
after
on
my
YouTube?
after my plays of it, that's one of the few that I'm like. Well, not one of the few. It's one of them that I've been wanting to get back to, surprisingly. I don't know what it is about it, but yeah,
I'm shocked.
I really like that game, too.
I'm surprised that
Yeah,
it's
I
so
was-
high up for you.
I would say that if I made a list of top 10 surprises, after the first 9 being Furnace, like Mike DeLisio, number 10 would have to be Mystic Market.
Crazy.
It's a good pick, because, yeah, it looks like a game that wouldn't possibly not be good, but, yeah, it's a solid game.
What?
So then we get to my 19. Now, this one was 24 last year. So it's
Drop.
making its way up, making its way upward. And now we're into the ones that I think it gets to be a little harder to move up, but can happen.
Yeah.
This one is one that I first played on BGA and then wanted the game. And I really love the artwork of this game. This is another bidding game.
Oh,
And
Really?
it's got another
I'm
expansion coming.
surprised.
Supposedly.
He does
Another-
say he
oh,
does
yeah.
talk about this a lot.
Nidavellir! Oh man, I don't know what it is about this, because it's, I think we've kind of discussed this, I don't know that it's like really like replayable, it's not like it
Yeah.
has like a bunch of different things you can try to explore, but there's just something about it that I just really am fascinated by. I don't know what it is, if it's just the combination of the artwork and the bidding that's done in it, the way you can adjust how much, or like if you use that 0 bid, you can combine 2 of your other ones to make it get larger and larger bids to be able to win first choice at future ones possibly. There's just a lot going. I mean, not really a lot going on, but what is going on just is really great.
Yeah, that coin crafting system is just...
Yeah. Another chef's kiss.
I like the set collection.
We're giving away
piece of
too
that.
many of those.
I like the set collection piece of that. I just am not. I haven't really figured out that market yet, but I've only played it like twice. So
Yeah, I do like how they all kind of score slightly differently too.
And it
with
can
the
be a
different colors.
high-scoring game.
It
too.
can be a high-scoring game, which I always love.
Yes.
But yeah, I wish you could play this one just a little bit more. But yeah, we just have so many great games. So
Yeah.
okay, well down to 18. This game is new to my list, so look at that, coming in slotting in the top 20. Whew, must be pretty good, and it is. And I pretty much
quote.
stink at it, but that's fine. I enjoy playing it, so there's that for you.
No idea what it is.
Especially if we play sea shanties on the YouTube while we play it. Maracaibo.
Oh.
Ayo.
For some reason I was thinking that was on your list last year.
Nah, it's on our top 10.
It was on my
I keep getting confused by that.
new to me top 10. Yeah, so it's just
yeah.
it's a great game. It's not one that I would typically like, but it's just so much fun to go around, use the cards in your hand, trying to get those actions. Do the combat, do the exploration. Zach always wallops me at this game. I cannot keep up with him, but I try my hardest, and by God, sometimes I come close. So, but it's really fun. I mean, if nothing else, it might be a little bit difficult. The rule book, we always have to check the rule book, but I think that just is part of not playing it like constantly, but it's so great. It's so much fun. Your little ship sailing around.
Yeah,
like
I'm
it.
still interested in the campaign or story mode, whatever that is that goes along with it, some of those cards, but we haven't really explored much of that yet. But yeah, I think it's because the rule book. But
Yeah.
I think we have the game down now, so
Think
maybe it
we're-
should be easier to do that.
I think we're there.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick, yeah.
I'll have to give it a chance.
There once was a
Jesse
ship
don't like it.
they went to sea, and the name of the ship was the Valley of Tree.
What do you have against Mr. Feaster?
I think. Are there any games of his that I love?
Have I said any other games by Feaster?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We don't have
nothing.
that many.
He's a competent designer.
Well,
Wow.
I think that's a compliment, but if you're watching, sir,
My number 18. Oh boy, if it was Maracaibo. No. My number 18 is a crossover with you. And we've just covered a lot about games with this theme. That
Oh
is
my
a
gosh.
dinosaur theme.
Oh boy, Bunny Kingdom.
the
There's
dinosaurs had to eat something.
That's true. This is Dinosaur World.
Ooh.
So this is a little redemption for Dinosaur Island being
Wait,
solo last year.
Being sent
this
off
isn't
in a
43?
Viking burial. Light the ship on fire with Dinosaur Island in it.
Yeah, so I felt bad. I had to put this here, even though I absolutely despise this game. I had to put it higher. No, this game is, well, first of all, it's beautiful. The theme's great. The theme comes across just as well as it did in Dinosaur Island. And I think it's actually, there's more depth to it, but I think it's also more forgiving as well, without the limit on your DNA. The amount that you can have, and you don't have to upgrade the dinosaur paddocks. I think those two things were kind of a little bit of an upkeep type thing that was removed, and I really, really appreciated that you could just dive into all that it has to offer without worry of those things. What you looking for?
Just who designed it, because you guys are throwing out names. And
I don't know. I think it's the Pandasaurus people.
Jonathan Gilmore and Brian Lewis.
I remember the Brian Lewis. I think he was involved in both of them. I don't know
Yeah.
about the Gilmore. Probably.
I'm not sure.
That was the island that I looked at. So
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great game. A huge table hog.
It is a huge table hog. All the dinosaur games seem to be table hogs.
Well, dinos are big. But yeah, if you want to see more on Dinosaur World, go check out our Dino Mania that we just did in June.
Got a lot of videos out there. A lot of
Yes.
dino-related videos. Check them out.
all right, what do you got for us, babe? 18.
Sadly, not a dinosaur game, so we can plug that again. But no, 18 was number 9 last year.
Ooh, double,
Another,
double, double, double.
yeah. Which I don't know how. Just again, I think just fallen. But it's Brass Birmingham. It's another one of
Okay.
those that
Just because we played it the one time and got all the rules wrong.
because we hadn't played it in a while before
I'm
that.
telling you, it's like a legacy game. We learned a new rule like every round.
We did relearn the rules.
That was rough.
But I won. So it was
Good
the
job.
best experience playing that game.
It's like the Office episode when they played Dallas.
Wow. No, I have Brass Birmingham as a route building with I was gonna say pick up and deliver, but that's not really. It's just route building and hand management, where you're trying to build up different tile. You have a board with a bunch of different tile types, and then you're just kind of placing them out in certain spots out on the board, and trying to. You also are producing coal and copper, and trying to be able to use those efficiently, chain them together via either rail or canal, depending on which area it is. And I really like it. I just think it's one that we don't get to the table that much, which kind of, I mean, it's not that long of a game.
No. It's not that hard either, I don't think. I mean, we did get all the rules wrong, but
it's like these few little things. I think what I always get wrong is the setup of the cards right away. That one is almost always I get wrong, because there's like that burn a card and something with that. It's like it just frustrates me. And then you're only supposed to take like one turn right away. So I think, but no. Otherwise, I really love Brass Birmingham and wish we played it more.
Yeah.
Just like all of these, it's just there's not enough time.
I mean,
Just need to retire and just play board games.
May surprise you, but I do actually like a lot of things of that game. I love making the connections and getting those big points for those rails, and the kind of putting down a coal and filling the market with it and clearing it immediately. Those types of things are just so satisfying. And the iron clays, of course.
Very solid.
I'll keep playing. I'll keep trying to play it because you like it, but it does not bring me joy. So
What? I thought you had a decent time last time you played it.
I like
Not like your favorite,
I like
but-
playing with the iron clays, but I just really cannot figure out what I'm doing in that game. So, but I mean, I've only played it twice, so that's probably more speaking to that than anything else, than the game itself. So.
It's a solid game, and it deserves that number 2 Board Game Geek rank that it's going to get pretty soon.
Nice.
I think it's number 2, right? Or is it number 3?
Yeah,
I think it's coming for number 2. Is it already past Terraforming? Terraforming Mars is now like 5, isn't it?
Maybe.
I don't know. Seems like that's all moving around now. Pretty soon Ark Nova's going to beat them all.
I think my 17 is still in the BGG top 100. But it was 18 last year on my list, and this year it's 17.
That's in the Board Game Geek top 100. It was 18 last year.
Yeah, no.
It's fallen dramatically. I'm like, what game?
No.
Okay, sorry.
So it was 18 last year, and this year it moved up to 17. So not a big jump, but it did move a little. And it's one that I love a lot. Zach claims we don't like it or don't play it, but I think that it's just because there are just a lot of games in the collection to play. And this is probably one of our more OG games, and that is Viticulture from Stonemaier Games. So she's just, I just love her. I love trying to get the line. I'm starting to finally figure out how I want to play the game, and I do pretty good. Did I win last time we played it? I think I did. So it's all.
Wow. I can't even remember the last time we played it.
I can because I had a glass of wine while we played.
Wow.
And I won. For the first time in a very long time. So,
That's good.
yeah.
That's why it moved up a spot.
No.
Now
yeah,
with Viticulture World, we're going to be able to play cooperatively so we can all win.
yeah.
And I know how much that's going to move these games up your guys' list.
I really hope it's
You're gonna be like,
good.
teammates not allowed to drink while playing.
He was like, you want me to get you the wine glasses?
I did ask that, and you said no.
Yeah.
Good pick. Solid game. I can't really say anything bad about it.
Yeah.
He's already
It's a-
said the bad things about it
It's
to our faces.
The theme is great for
So wonderful.
that type of game, for being a Euro or whatever you want to call it. It comes through very well.
Mhm.
My 17 is one of those more abstract type games. This is not a Bruno Catala. I don't know why that name came to mind. I've just got my mind on Bruno
Knizia.
for some reason.
Feaster.
What are the
Uwe.
names? Oh yeah, Kiesling and Kramer. That
Ooh.
duo. This is Kuzco.
Wow.
You actually ended up playing it.
I did.
And I know that he liked it quite a bit. I don't know if he's played it enough to make the top 50, though, sadly. But
That was another one on the edge for me.
yeah, On the Edge of Glory. It's a great production.
I'm on
The
the
temples
edge.
are amazing. It's maybe the greatest looking end of game board in all of board gaming. I'm calling it right now.
It's a bold statement, Cotton.
Was
Yeah,
the hammer of
and-
justice right
And the
there.
thing is, you build it, and it looks natural at the end. But like, there's not really that many restrictions on how you do it.
No.
You're just trying to get points,
Mhm.
and it just still ends up looking phenomenal every time. It's not something like a huge tower going straight up like when we play Torres.
Right.
It's just- I've not seen anything that crazy like that. It always looks like a natural landscape. And I love the scoring in the game. You can always do something good on your turn. It seems like you can either score a lake, score a city, a temple, and even the end game scoring occurs at a different time for each player. So even if I win in the city, I have the most control in the city and score the most points on my end game scoring, you could then maybe retake control of that city and score it max points for you as well, which is pretty interesting. I don't know of any other games that are like that. But yeah, just love the game.
I would agree. That's a great choice, and
Very relaxing game, surprisingly.
is.
For
I
being so
do-
cutthroat.
there is a little bit of cutthroat. I do like how
I don't know
the
that I
board
played
stayed
the
at the end.
same game.
It was relaxing, Maggie. You remember?
It's just,
You were probably falling asleep.
it's just not in my wheelhouse. I cannot think like that. I don't know whatever mechanism that is. I can't do it.
It is a great game and a great looking one.
The
Jesse's right.
production is top notch.
Mhm. I agree.
Top notch. Very pretty game.
Yes. And now we get to my 17,
Kuzco.
which was 21 last year.
Oh, not Kuzco.
So this one's moving up. Moving on up. And it is one that I can't remember. In our top 10 components, I might have said this. Or no,
Metal coins.
I think I said this. Maybe not. Maybe that was some other thing I said this for. But it has some animals in it. It's got some workers. It's got cheese.
Ugh.
It's got milk.
Ugh.
Clans of Caledonia.
Stuck on this.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Gotten to play this one once or twice, I think, in the last year, and I've grown to like it even more. I knew I liked it. I think it just, like all of these, just don't get to play them enough because a lot of these that I like are closing in on 1.5 to 2 hours, I think, and it just makes it hard to play a lot.
I think there's a lot of variety in our top 20 between the three of us. And of course, those top 20 are probably the ones you always are wanting to play. And so I think that makes it very difficult between the three of us.
Right. I would agree. But yeah, this one is one where you've got a board that's just pretty much open to everyone, and you put out either little animals or people. The people kind of bring in money at the end of each round. The animals can produce wool and milk, I believe. Otherwise, you can use those for meat as well, and then you kind of turn things into other things. Like you turn, is it the cheese into milk? Or no, milk into cheese.
No.
Wow, you don't turn the wool
When
into
life
anything, but
gives
there's
you
also
lemonade, make lemons.
exactly. It's a
Phil.
classic quote. But then, yeah, there's wheat as well, where you can make whiskey barrels and stuff, and then you're trying to fulfill contracts. Just everything in this game is so great, and all the pieces, all the wooden pieces, those always get me. They're nice colors that they chose, and they come off the board to reveal kind of what you get each round and what you can convert. And that board is really, really top notch. I think amazing. It's not double layered though.
No.
That would be the only thing. And also the box is an awkward size, and it does not all fit in there very well.
Just a
So those are
little
two
deeper.
negatives against it, but I love it.
It is a great game.
All right. Well, my number 16 we're at now. We're heading back down to the Caribbean because we are playing
Maracaibo 2.
Port Royal, which is an excellent card game. I have almost nothing that I would change about this game other than it just plays better, I think, at a higher player count, and, that's just what it is. But I love it. I'll play it 2-player, I'll play it 3-player, I'll play it 4-player, I'll play it at night, I'll play it in the morning, whenever. I'm coming to the table
gosh,
for
Dr.
Port Royal,
Seuss.
so
I was waiting for you to do a rhyme there.
that's the best I have at this point. So, yeah, Port Royal, I love it. It's solid. It's just, I'm so glad we got that game.
Mhm.
I know that you guys probably don't appreciate it like I do, but
I really liked it the first couple plays, and I think it's fallen for me a
Not
little
in
bit.
your.
It's fallen for me a little bit, but
I
it's
just
still,
have so much fun playing.
I think it's a really good one when you have a bigger, group of 4 or 5 people. I think it's a really great game because it's just to push your luck and stuff. Quick.
Yep.
Really like it,
Nice
but it's
good.
fallen.
That's
For me.
okay. That's all right because you'll play it.
Exactly.
It's quick, so
It's
it's not
it's-
coming to the table for a 3-hour game.
It's not like Brass Birmingham where
It's like, I'll play your
I'll only play a
15-minute
little
game, and then we can play my 3-hour game.
Look,
and then
he
we
can-
average out at about 2 hours apiece.
He can adjust his top 20 anytime he likes.
Wow.
Just kidding. I try.
Yeah, I
I
know.
do.
Well, you return to the Caribbean. I am returning to Dark Tower. Return to Dark Tower is my 16.
Oh, man.
Wow.
This is... I've been anticipating its arrival for over a year, it feels. About
Wow.
over a year. About a year. Ordered from the Game Steward. Was late to the Kickstarter. Got that. Got the expansion over on Miniature Market. Because otherwise I'd have to go completely all in on Game Steward. Didn't have that option. So,
Mhm.
and that was... Because otherwise, to go all in, then you had to get the mat too. And the minis, and that was too much, I would say. I like to hold it back. But yeah, this game has a giant electronic tower in the center, which
Surprised it
spins
doesn't pull it
around,
out.
makes noise, has lights, shoots out skulls. It's also
I thought you were going to
tiny.
say shoot lasers.
It's a laser show.
Blinded, that's why I'm wearing the eye patch. But yeah, and it's also tied to an app, which ending your turn, putting a skull in the tower actually triggers events in the app. And also the combat is app driven as well. And even with all that, it's still very streamlined. Your turn, it's very simple. You get to do 2 different actions, and you also have a set amount of movement, and you also gain a little benefit at the start of your turn. Otherwise, it's just a very simple, easy to play game, but a lot to explore. It's been very, very fun.
How many times have you gotten to play it?
3 times.
Nice.
2
Nice.
for 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just forced you to show me what this
Yes.
game was.
I was going to
the
have
other
this
day.
be a surprise.
It was going to be a surprise.
announcement on
That-
the list, but
it's
yes.
still shocking to me that it went up that quickly for you.
Yeah.
Especially since, you just got it. And it's cool. I'm looking forward to trying it. I would say it's kind of like one of those Cthulhu Death May Die or Forgotten Waters, where probably wasn't at the top of my list or
yeah.
anywhere on my radar at all, possibly. But I love both of those games, so definitely willing to give that one a try and see.
This is-
Hopefully, have the same experience.
This is why we play each other's games, because sometimes you just find something that you like.
Yeah, it's a shame that I like your guys' games and not one of you seems to like any of mine.
Hey, I try.
I didn't say you weren't trying.
I know. I like.
It doesn't. You don't have to try to like it.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So we're on 16, right?
Yep.
I've got another one moving up. This time from 23 to 16.
Oh man.
So yeah, this one is one that I don't know if it'll be on both lists. I'm expecting at least one. It could possibly be
Oh
on
my god.
both, but I don't know if you've played it recently as much. This is one that has a lot of production, a lot of good production, but it's still, well, at least when we got it, it's still pretty cheap for what you get out of this game.
Ooh, yeah.
And that
think
is
I know.
Council of Four. This is a game from Simon.
Did you put it at 16 because it's a multiplier?
Times 4.
4 squared. Yes, that is exactly what I was doing with that one. But no, this one is a bit of a route building game, sort of, or because you want to chain it. Bonus chaining game is kind of what it's doing, because you've got a map with different areas, and it's kind of split into 3, but then those also have like different areas of different colors split all around the board, and as you fill those areas in, you get additional bonus points, but each one of the areas that you can place your people out onto has a bonus associated with it, and if you place one on a location attached to the one you already have a person on, you get the bonus of that new one plus the bonus of the old one, and if that one's attached, the bonus of the one that's attached to, and so on and so forth, and it just leads to some really fun things when you end up attaching to one that has like 5 or 6 total attached
If
to
you
it.
can do it, if your little sister doesn't get in your way.
Your last play of this was probably your worst experience of it, and I think that just happens with games sometimes, where it's just
No,
It
it
sucks.
happens
The worst
to
part
me
is when it-
every time.
you do really well at this game. But no, and then the production, the miniature thing, I am shocked that they sell it for.
This
It's
is
cheap.
an underrated game.
It is an underrated and under talked about game.
Yes.
I'm surprised. I guess I don't know who designed it. If they're not as well known.
I don't know, but I'll shake your hand,
Oh
Paul.
no,
Hollywood
it was
style.
because I keep. Isn't it
Tassini and
Tassini.
Luciani.
I was gonna say Luciani, and so they're
Simon?
decently well known. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised that more people don't hear about this game. But I don't know. Maybe Simon's just not pushing it. They're pushing their $700, $800 Kickstarters.
Dang it, get us.
And I'll say they still have me looking, but I have not backed.
All right.
I can get however many copies of that game, but yeah, maybe that's one to get it out there more. If we can
Yeah.
get to 1,500 subscribers by what 2 weeks from now, we can give away a copy of Council 4 as well.
All
We're
right.
going to need some help.
We're going
Calling
to
all
I
board
can only
game
make so
content
many
creators.
fake accounts.
Shout us out.
Yeah, 1,500 gonna take a lot.
Yeah. Well, speaking of 1,500, we are
Speaking of 1,500,
we are on game 15. And for this one, I think I'm probably the only one who's got any love left for this game. I think it's left both of your top 50. I don't even know if it was in yours last year, but boy, do I love this game. Take it out.
I thought you were gonna say take that.
No.
Take that.
Well, there is some take that in it.
Oh,
if
that
you
at its best.
however you play it, but nothing like being Oakley Annie and drawing your poker cards and rustling some
boy.
cattle or delivering them, going to the mine and playing Western Legends.
This was one that I just saw today, and I was like, it's disappointing we have not played that in a long time, and we haven't played it since got the expansion
Yeah,
from the
I
Kickstarter.
know.
And I'm like,
New rule book.
right, yeah. Yeah, you can talk more about it.
No, I mean, I think we talked about it last year too. So I mean, you know,
So you can go back and watch that video.
plug. It's an open world game where you're assigned a Western legend and you use your legends ability
Western Legend.
to score you points either on the Marshall track, which is the good guys, or on the wanted track if you're a bad guy. There's multiple Western things you can do, like rustling cattle, going to the saloon, robbing a bank,
Banned for gold.
fighting outlaws, run from the sheriff. So there's just a wide variety of things you can do, and I just always find it very fun and intriguing to just kind of have this whole map open to you and to just try and get to as many points as quickly as you can. So
Mhm.
I just really enjoy it.
Yeah, we gotta get
Still.
this one back to the table.
It was my 16 last year, and this year is my 15. So
Mhm.
big move.
It is a solid game.
They're saying it's not on your list, Zach. Is your
I don't know
32?
if I've played it since the last time we.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't remember the last time we played it, honestly.
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, we need to get that one back to the table because I saw it and I was made me sad.
Well, not sad, but very, very happy. This next pick is a party. Sushi Go Party.
Oh, it is
Wow.
on the list.
It has dropped 5 spots, but I mean, it's not really much in the
No.
scheme of things. But this game is still so adorable, and it's kind of like Mystic Market. We could introduce you to set collection. I think this can introduce a lot of people to card drafting. And it's just, there's so many unique combinations that you can have, different menus, options. It's one of our classic games. I think we own, how many copies? I have one, you guys have one. Does your family have one?
No.
Oh, dang it, they need to get a copy.
I think my mom likes Sushi Roll better. But
You've
Well.
got company, Zach.
What's that?
You've got company. You and your sushi rollers.
Yeah, if only they could make. They need to make Sushi Roll Party.
We would buy it instantly. But yeah,
Yes, we would.
it's a great game. I'm sure you'll hear more of it coming up sometime. Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe I'll just have to go back and talk more about it.
Yeah, it didn't make my list, but it's another one we haven't. Well, we did
we
have
played
one
it with,
game.
at a game
somewhat
night
recently.
recently. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a great game, and I think that was the first time we'd played it in a while, and just made me remember how great of a game it is.
Yes.
So, yeah,
blow
off
the
the
dust
tin.
off the tin.
no, agree. Great choice, Pepper. Okay, now this is where this is the ones I was talking about early on that are going to shock the system.
All right.
These next two. So 15 was my number 4 last year,
Oh.
and that is After the Empire. It's fallen.
He's
It
gonna
has-
blame me.
It has fallen, and it's all Michaela's fault. That's the only thing I have to say about it. No,
Pouring one out for After the Empire.
I still really love it. All my top 20 are just, well, even, yeah, like I said, going back to 30, 40. All of these are really great games, and I'd play them pretty much any time I had the chance to play them. This one is a little longer. It does go on a little long, I think, sometimes, but I just love what it does. It's so
Why did
different
it
than any.
drop?
Huh?
Why did it drop?
I don't know. Just haven't played it as much, I think. But yeah, I think some of these other ones have gained some momentum. A few of these have gone up. So it just has dropped for me, but I
Just gotta
still
wait
really
till they
love
get
it.
an expansion out.
What's that?
Just gotta wait till they get an expansion out.
That is true, and then it'll go right back up there. But no, it might be because the last couple times I played it, it's been a little long. I don't, but I think we played it with more players, and it is pretty solo, or not solo.
Yeah.
You're pretty much playing your own game, and everyone's playing. There's not that much interaction. There's a little bit, but not
Just
a ton.
regular worker placement, blocking
Right.
spots.
Right. So, I've still a solid
Yeah,
game. I think
it
we'll
is.
hear about it more
Yeah.
later.
I mean, it sounds so negative, but I know he does absolutely love the game and tower defense board
Yeah,
game.
it's Tower Defense, the board game for me. So
Okay, well,
beat that, Maggie.
hard to follow that up, but we're gonna have a crossover here, me and you. Not on
the Empire.
not on the number, but at least in
It's risen.
in this 10 section.
51 last year, all the way up. Yeah.
Yeah, 51 is generous. No, we're just one number off, actually. So my 14 is your 16. Actually, we're 2 numbers off, I guess. And that is Council of
You'll
4.
say that would make it After the Empire.
Sorry. Council of 4. And this is new to my list this year, I believe. It's just all out amazing. I love it. Oh, no, it was 39 last year. So, I love it. It's, even when I'm losing, I still love it. All the mechanisms.
It's like, I don't care. I love it.
Trying to figure it out. I love the cards. I love how to get your cards played. It's just
I'm trying to remember, the cards might be a little small.
The cards are small. I like the color and the artwork.
Oh, now he's got complaints about it when she's talking.
I gotta make some comments on it. This is why.
I sat quietly while he said
He's
his.
like, this is an absolutely flawless game. Max says, oh, I agree. He's like, actually, it's trash.
Yeah. It's like,
Actually, this is why it's 16 versus 14, Michaela.
Cards are
yes,
a little
splitting hairs here. That's all I gotta say about that.
It's a good game. I wish I played it more. I think it could make my top 50.
It's great. I like it. Even when I'm
It's an
losing,
awesome
I'm still
game.
having fun.
Yes.
So
Awesome pick, Maggie.
thanks.
It deserves that. It deserves
Yeah.
a top 10 placing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was 39 last year. That's a pretty big drop.
And we get to 1,500 subscribers. Someone.
Is
good
going
for-
to own Council of War. Their own copy. Wow. Unless you want our used copy, and I'll get a new one. I'll sign this one. Since I had a lot to do.
Sign it.
Stamp a nacho on it. My 14 is another new to the list game.
Ooh.
And when I mentioned Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion, I said that there's another game that delivered that similar experience, but much quicker. And that is Cthulhu, Death May Die. This is a Cthulhu-themed Lovecraftian horror, which I'm not into at all. But I watched a playthrough on the Dice Tower, and it looked very, very fun. Similar to Project Elite, where I was turned off by the look of it. Turned out to actually be completely different to what I was thinking. Same thing with this. It's mostly just all in that character upgrading. You'll roll dice, and it's kind of a negative effect, losing your sanity, but the more sanity you lose, the more upgrades you get, and special abilities that you get. And that the characters have all felt very unique. Also, one of the things in this that I love is that when you run through spaces, all of the bad guys, they follow you. So you can
Going
just
on.
run, carry everyone with you, and depending on what upgrades, there's an upgrade to where you can attack and hit everyone in your space for the full amount of damage, not even splitting it. So you can just run around the map, gather everybody up, and kill them all. It's fun. Lots of epic moments like that in this one.
I would agree. That's a very good choice. Yeah, it's one that I'm not a big fan of the Cthulhu theme either, but when you first showed me it, I was like, Pepper. What are you thinking? You cute. But then I was like, hey, when he's right, he's right.
Now, why can't you say that when I'm right?
Because I'm your husband. I can't admit any of that.
Yeah, he's like, when you agree with me, you're wrong.
And even when you put Council 4 higher than me, you're still wrong.
You're as wrong as you get. Great choice. Okay, now, Pepper was going to be upset at that last one, but he's going to be even more upset at this one, number 14.
This was your...
This is the Tom Vassal. It was number 2 last year.
I thought
It
so.
was Dwellings of Elder Vale.
I knew that was.
I thought this would happen with... I didn't think it would happen with After the Empire. I thought it would happen with Dwellings.
I was going to say, I think there's only like 1 or 2 games above this one that I've maybe played less than Dwellings over this last year. So I think that's why it's probably fallen below them. There's just a lot of them that I've played more. But yeah, it's still an awesome game. Worker placement and putting the little hats on the people, along with the fact that we have the super deluxe version of monsters with bases that roar and do all the different noises. It might be a little overproduced, but I love it. I love it that way. It just makes the game so great, and yeah, it's just, I don't know. It sucks because I'm at the point where I don't know why, or if there's that much difference between like 14 or 2.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
But
though.
no, I still really love the game, and if Jessie wanted to play it right now, or Michaela did, I don't know if she'd be as likely to ask me, "Oh, you want to play Dwellings?" But Jessie might ask me, and I would definitely be willing to play it.
I get that in writing.
It's just right now, this very moment.
It was so hot when it came out,
Cut
and then
the
you guys
camera.
like never played anymore. I'm like crazy.
It's been played in solo.
I played a solo.
You guys together when you have an opportunity to.
Yeah, that's true. But we
You don't.
just
pick it.
always have so many new games.
Yeah.
I'd like to
You're always
suggest
playing
it, but-
Cthulhu or After the Empire or
And luckily, even though it is huge with everything in there, all the stuff that might
Yeah.
I don't know if you get in the
Base.
version now. I have
Now
no
they're
idea what you
reprinting,
get.
I'm
But,
not sure exactly what's going to be in there.
But yeah, the way they have this one, it had the trays and stuff, which
yes.
make it easy to set up. Otherwise, it would fall quite a bit. I think
Yeah.
if it wasn't that.
It's
setup.
excellently organized.
Yeah, it's still an excellent, amazing game. But it is now my number 14.
I guess.
Pepper is very disappointed. He may be talking about that one later.
All right. Well,
Unless he's going to shock me and not even have it on his list.
that would be something.
I would fall out of the chair.
I guess that's staying here.
I'm going to need that in writing.
I'll push him out.
Wow. It didn't take long for her to say that.
Oh,
I'll push him out.
it's for the entertainment of the people.
Yeah, that's true.
For the 1,500 subscribers. All right, my number 13 was number 7 last year, so he's left my top 10, but he's still in my top 20. A great game, I think. Just yeah, I mean, you know, it's like weird because you start saying like negative things about the games in your top 20, but it's just because you're trying to illustrate, you know, like you still love it, but here are the thing, like justifying why it's not as high as other games. So it always sounds negative, but it's really just trying to like in your head realize like this is such a great game and I put it in a good spot because you know whatever. So we played it recently and I had a good time with the playthrough. I just was I tried a different strategy that time and I was unlucky again, and I don't know that necessarily alone hurt the game, but I did feel like I have played almost the same game every time regardless of players, and it actually is better at a higher player count. So that was kind of interesting at that. So
I think I'm just going to look up what this game is.
an
I have no clue what this is.
it is Hadara.
Oh.
Oh.
So it was 7 last year, just 13
You and
this
your
year.
Nidavellir love has killed Hadara.
It's gonna be number 7.
Yep. So, just a really great game. I still have so much fun with the card drafting on this. It just, yeah, I don't really, you know, there's nothing negative about this game. It's just, they're just other games I think that have pushed their way a little higher. So,
Yeah, it's a really good game. Really good
Yeah.
game. I love the upgrading that you get that makes
Yeah.
the cost cheaper for all future ones. It's really cool.
yeah, it's great. As long as your sister doesn't take your card.
Yeah, I think this last time was the
Multiple
first
times.
time both of us had trouble with the food.
I don't even know how she managed to buy all those cards. It's not possible.
You cheated.
You cheated, Abby.
She doesn't watch our videos.
Oh, she's
Filming
gonna
all
watch
the
this.
playthroughs now. My number 13
Yep. That's where we're at.
is a man that we do talk about a lot. Bruno Catala. This is 5 Tribes.
What was this last year?
I don't know, but it crossed over on the number with you last year, and I think it's going to do it again. I think that's your next game. But yeah, it was 17 last year, so it's moved up 4 spots. We just got the 2 expansions, so that's exciting. But yeah, just the Mancala aspect. You can fill the board full with meeples, take them from one.
Chef Kiss.
Bruno Catala.
I think Bruno might be a chef.
Can someone please have Bruno to watch our videos?
We love you.
Once again, Michaela is not believing these can't all be Bruno.
You are welcome to our house.
Half of these games are Bruno Catala. She's just gonna assume that every game is Bruno Catala.
Boy,
I thought we had a lot of Stonemeyer games, she'll say.
I didn't know his name before tonight, and now I feel like I know it. Do I know what he's associated with? Apparently everything on the
He's
shelf.
associated with the Spiel des Jahres.
Mr. Spiel. Yeah. But yeah, that Mancala aspect and just picking up meeples, laying them down one as you go, playing the last one and any match in that color and activating whatever special ability that color Maple has. It's so simple, so easy to grasp, but very thinky, but still phenomenal. And I think there will probably be more to be said about it in the future by one of you two.
Not
Can
both.
you guess which one it
Not
is?
both.
He thought it was a crossover at this next one, but it is not. This one is a new game to my list. It's been said by someone. I don't know if it'll be said by the other one. It's kind of getting the vibes that it might be, but I don't know if it will at this point. Now it's getting pretty late in the game, but it is one that I've been waiting for years, 3 years,
I'll just write it down.
and it is Planet Unknown.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, was it worth the wait? It's probably my favorite Kickstarter back. I think I'm trying to think of other ones. Not that many, but
I
I
know.
think it was
one.
probably Isle of Cats before.
Wow.
Maybe.
It's
Oh,
game
Cartographer is pretty good too, but nothing.
That one's at
compared to
least in your
Planet
top
Unknown.
50.
better than After the Empire. Better than Dwellings of Eldervale.
Well, we didn't back those on.
I know, but I'm just saying. On your
Oh.
list,
Oh my gosh, I've had a great time with this. The different maps,
The hotness, you
the,
know.
the different corporations, the tracks. Those are so
Little rovers that make
so
you
good.
do.
The Rovers.
the production is great. For whatever
production
level that
is
you
great.
backed, the production is great.
It is Lazy Susan. I mean, Chef's Kiss. No, Lazy Susan.
I'm glad that is the theme for this series.
No,
You're
that
gonna need a Photoshop like him with the chef's hat on.
But no, man, I wasn't sure. You know, I'm like, the worst part is this was one I was really, really excited about.
Yeah.
And for how long it was taking, I was like, now I've probably just built it up too much because it's been too long, and it's
Yeah.
just not going to live up to what the expectations were.
Yeah, it already seems like a pretty simple game.
Right.
Just Polyomino, fill in your planet, and I think with all that hype, it was bound to fail and fall flat. And I agree. It has not. It did not make my list. Sorry, but I have really enjoyed it. And I think with more plays, it could definitely.
You
make
backed
my
it,
list.
right? So it's ours?
Mhm.
Okay, good.
Yes. Yes.
But no, yeah, the thought of that that's what did it. It made the game. I kind of thought it might just be a gimmick, but it totally makes it perfect.
Getting creepy.
Oh, Susan.
Giving
Lazy
the chef's
Susan.
kiss to the lazy Susan.
Get out.
No,
All right.
Planet Unknown is an
Yeah.
amazing game.
It is.
I don't know if it's available or not, or if they're making another
But if
print
you
run
get
of
the
it.
chance to.
But yeah, definitely try it out. It is on the lighter side.
Mhm.
But I think once if you are
You
able to
can
get a
make
version,
it more difficult, though.
yeah, if you got the one with different maps
Yeah.
and different things, there's more to it definitely.
For sure. All right. Well, my number 12 moved up 5 spaces. So last year it was 17. This year it's 12. And we can. You know what? Never mind. I was thinking this is part of the 10 by 10, but I don't think it was. So we just happened to be playing it a little bit more recently, and I am okay with that because I love this game. Everything about it is fun. Even when your people get thrown into the volcano, I'm still having a good time, and that is Pompeii, the downfall of Pompeii. So
Toga.
yes, I got.
Move the quotes.
Was it this past? Was it this past Christmas that I got the togas? I think
yes.
it was. So Jesse gifted me
After
with.
years of begging.
I could not have been. I was not subtle at all. I was like, I need toga meeples for this game. Someone please get them for me.
I think you just wanted meeples. Did you say toga meeple?
Well, I guess I said meeples, but Jesse took it the extra and,
Extra
and got toga meeples,
Yes,
which
yeah.
are
Very
stellar.
cute.
Yes,
Even more sad to throw them in the volcano.
yes. But, no actual meeples were harmed in the playing of Pompeii. Rip to the actual people of Pompeii. So it was great. It's a great game. I love it. I know that these guys, I think you guys like it, but I don't think it's going to be on your top 50. But it's just so much fun trying to get your people in and then getting your people out. So.
Yeah, I really wanted to get that one onto my top 50 list, but it just wasn't quite there. I've never won it, and I haven't played it that much.
Yeah, I really like it too, but you know how hard it is for me to even talk bad about like my top 30, so
Yeah.
it's just hard to make the top 50 list.
Yeah.
It's a great
But no,
game.
it's
That's okay because
fun.
it's on my list.
exactly. And that's why we have 3 lists here to get all
There we
these
go.
different games mentioned.
Who do you agree with most? My number 12 was just mentioned by Zach.
Planet Unknown. He shocked
The
us all.
Polyomino game.
Wow.
The
Isle of Cats.
The Isle of Cats is phenomenal. That is the best. Well, is it the best Kickstarter? I don't know. We'll see that we have. I don't know if I have any in my top 10. We'll see, but I'm going to say it right now. This is the best Kickstarter we own. No, it's so
Hefty.
perfect. It's got that Terraforming Mars style card drafting that I love.
Wow.
You can get your
Trying
cards.
to use one of my favorite games against me.
You can claim your cards and then decide which ones you want to keep. You don't have to decide right at that moment, oh, I'm going to pay for this. You get to see everything you draft and then pay for it. And then you get 20 fish each round. You don't need to get an income or upgrade anything. You can always get 20 fish. You get to spend it on those basket cards. You get to spend it on those cats and fill your boat and fill your rooms and cover wraps and get treasures.
Boots.
Oh, it's just so... I always ignore the boots.
That must be why I lose because that's what I focus on.
Yeah, it's just so solid, and it has a family mode as well, which is really good. Really simplifies it. It's not just like, oh, maybe this one little bit simpler. It's actually quite a bit different, and it's almost like Planet Unknown level simple at that point. As a diss, and has a great solo mode as well. This is great production. We got the big 2-3 minute box, whatever it is. Just assembled that, and looking forward to seeing how long it takes to set up with that. Diving into those expansions.
Yeah, hopefully that does make it a little quicker, because I think that was one of the reasons why I didn't get it to the table as much, because just with all the different cards you could do, the different sets, you either would just play with the same ones over and over, or it would just be a little more of a pain to set that up. So hopefully it'll be fast, but we may have to do a video at some point.
Yes.
Isle of Cats versus Planet Unknown. What's better?
Play this, not that. Oh boy, that's
I'm
crazy.
gonna win! Michaela's the referee.
Yeah,
Just make the final decision.
apparently.
Holding a cat, you're holding a little globe.
But no, it's a good game. I did play once with the new expansions, and I really liked those. So maybe it'd go up my list a little bit more. I did not make my list, but it's just one of the worst part is now I got Planet Unknown. Lazy
brother.
Susan.
Oh,
If we can find some way to combine the two.
Is there a cat named Lazy Susan?
You can get you one.
Okay, now my number 12.
That'd be a great cat name.
This one was my number 15 last year. And it was mentioned by one of you already in one of the previous videos, I think.
Oh.
Not you.
Yeah, her.
I don't know.
Her.
She
Yes.
doesn't respect this game.
Hmm?
No.
If I mentioned
that was
it.
way higher than this.
This is one that I just... Oh, well. I don't always think about. I think about after I've played it. Like, it just makes me think about the game for hours after, and it aside.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This game is just so interesting to me. It's one that's been a little bit of a slow burn, because originally I don't know. It's not that I hated it. I just didn't really know how I felt about it. But just with more and more plays, it just makes more and more sense. And the puzzling it out, trying to get all of your stars out or whatnot to trigger the end game, or end the game, I should say, because it's not really
Immediately.
but no, it's really great, and I love that there's the different board combinations you can use, and the different characters have variable player powers. Just makes it really nice, and I love the artwork on it. Just the whole side world really needs another game.
He's done. He's done. Stop
He's done with
asking.
side, but maybe the 1920s world we can hope for something else.
Oh, brother. It's a cult following
We
with
can
that
hope.
game. It's crazy.
But no,
And I'm in it, so, you know.
Side is a great game. I think it's. I don't know if. I can't really say it's falling out of love with. Because I think it's kind of dropping now in the Board Game Geek rankings a little
Yeah.
bit. Because it was in the top 10, and now I think it's I don't think it's quite to the 20s yet, but it's kind of slowly been falling. But the fact that people ask about more side content almost on a weekly basis to Jamie means that it's a very popular game, and it's just one of those that I love. It's about being really efficient, and I always like those types of puzzles.
Does he? Yep. Oh, all right. So, sorry, it's my turn. So, my 11, it was my 10 last year, but I kind of did a Jesse here and I cheated. So, it's my combination of 10 and 23.
What? My 10 and 23?
Yeah, because they basically are the same game. One is just long and one is short.
Previous 10 and 23.
Yeah,
I see.
previous 10 and 23.
Oh.
Sorry. And so that is Ticket to Ride London and or Europe is the longer version of it. So I like them both. You know, the long version is great if that's what you're on for. Otherwise, the London version is also great. It's a shorter version. Yeah, I really love it. I'm really glad we got it. It's a quick 15 to 20 minute game. I've been eyeing it lately. Like, we haven't played London in a while. So, yeah, it's just like Europe, which is my favorite and only other one that I've played of the Ticket to Ride series. But, yeah, I just have so much fun with it. So,
Yeah, it's good. Solid game.
it is.
Love seeing those classics get the love.
Yeah. Can't forget about where you came from.
Yes.
It's a great game. Ticket to Ride did not make my list. If you guys were wondering,
This
did not make my
guy.
top 11.
What a board game snob he is.
Wow.
My number 11. It's a new one to the list.
Oh boy.
It is a game that's probably only this high. I didn't think this would happen. I didn't think this would place here. And above another game. It's probably only due to one playthrough that you can go check out in our
Oh, boy.
Dino Mania
Oh,
playlist.
brother.
And that is Dinogenics.
Where the dinos are running wild.
Running wild. That game was so chaotic, especially near the end. That is just an amazing memory, and it's just been burned in my brain in a good way ever since we played it, and it's just pushed it above the other Dino games for me. And the meeples, the Dino meeples, wooden meeples, the classic look, the fences, dual layered boards, it's just all so oh, so good.
Get your Dino Nuggies, Chef Kiss.
It's just such a great game. Such a great game. I didn't think that it would be. I didn't think that it would be my favorite of the bunch, but it currently is.
Yeah, it's a great one. It's a great game.
I can't believe all these Dino themed games are all so good.
It is surprising because yeah, you'd think you'd have one that was like obviously above the rest, and I mean, you can have a favorite of them, but I don't know that I would say like I think they give differences enough that it's not like oh, I've got to play this
Yeah,
or this, and
yeah.
I'm going to get the same experience from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good playthrough. Even the
I'll watch
parts that might have been edited out, with possibly a ring light falling down.
Chaos on the board and off.
I just remember looking back and just seeing it fall over. Yeah, that was pretty great. And then getting slaughtered by Scandal. Wow, that was a good play. Good play of that game.
Yes.
It's a good choice, Pepper. Kind of disappointed. I didn't know how you felt about that one, and I was thinking that I could take that one for my own if you didn't like it. So, dang it. I'm gonna have to see then, maybe. I don't know if I've checked if the expansion is available.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's some marine thing or whatever. So it'd be
Yeah.
interesting to see what that would do. But
Kayla's
good
like,
choice.
my gosh, I haven't even played it, and they're getting an expansion.
No.
Her favorite thing
as
about
per
games.
usual.
Her favorite word, expansion or cooperative. So ending off this part of the list, it's my number 11. It was number 7 last year, and this is, I just couldn't even put my version of this game on here. It's Raiders of Scythia. It's just
He did it. He did it.
it's just the better version, I think. You'd have to play with the expansions
Yeah.
for the North Sea one. Not saying that one is bad. It still is a really good game. But yeah, the Raiders of Scythia, what it brings with the eagles and the horses, like you mentioned when you brought this one up. Oh man, that just adds to the game. The combat dice, the way they work with giving you some wounds, but then can also do some damage as well.
Yeah.
Just getting sometimes bad results and just pretty much killing your own people accidentally can be fun to watch if it's not you. But yeah, and then just that worker placement of place a worker, take a worker, or a different
Yes.
worker. Just an excellent worker placement mechanism, just like the one in Architects of just adding another one each time and getting more resources. They know what
Yeah.
they're doing with those
Yes.
worker placement games
Nice.
at Garfield Games.
It's going to be the highest Garfield game.
I think it is.
Oh, couldn't quite crack the top 10.
I think it is. Yes,
Wow.
it is. Couldn't quite get there, sadly, but you never know. We're gonna have the South Tigers coming possibly for next
There we
year,
go.
so
Dice.
we'll
dice,
see what happens.
baby.
Then we're adding dice, and now we're really well. I guess that one has dice,
Yeah.
but added even more dice, I imagine.
And that's why it's better than North Sea. The dice.
North Sea has some dice,
Oh yeah, it does have like 2.
but it's different.
Yeah.
I like the dice in Scythia better. But yeah, that was our number 2211.
Yes, it was.
Next time is going to be our top 10 games of all time.
Yes, it is.
It's exciting. I'm excited to see if there will be any changes of our top games. I don't think anyone said their top game yet from last year, so
No.
at least, well, I was going to say at least they've stayed in the top 10, but
Maybe
I guess
they
that's
went
not guaranteed. That's
completely
not
out.
guaranteed.
Don't know.
They might have fallen completely out of their list.
But
I
yeah.
doubt it, but it could have happened.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll have to see. But yeah, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you like it, and also leave a comment below as to which one of our games that we mentioned was your favorite, or mention your 20 through 11, so we can see what games you're liking, you loving, especially when you're getting up into your 20 versus 11. You're probably really loving those
Yes.
games.
Yeah, I remember when years ago when we did our first ranking. I think we had like you had played maybe 20-something games. I had played like 15, and I think we had. I think it was Stone Age was your number 1 game, and my number 1 game at that time is still coming up in the top 10.
Ooh. Tune in next time by hitting that subscribe button.
Yes, you need to be notified so that you know not only the next video, but eventually when we announce that winner.
Yeah.
Yes.
And especially when we have gained 1,400 followers and we've got a lot of giveaways.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we hope to see you on the next video. And as always, don't forget to
Keep on nibbling.
honor content.